You leave and just start doing it. Like
It's a method of life, a lifestyle, a holistic approach. I'm Max Wettstein, and this is my Guide to Athletic Abs DVD. Welcome to beautiful, sunny Encinitas, California. I brought you on location to Encinitas, where I live and where I play and where I train. Today I'm going to show you how you can get six-pack abs, the international benchmark of a fit physique, and we're going to make it fun. Today I brought in a special guest star, Cruz, founder of the Cruz movement and ISSA spokesmodel. Now I brought Chelsea in to represent female physiology. There are some subtle differences between men and women, and she's going to help us figure those things out. We're going to see how she trains, what she eats. She's going to show us some new exercises. She's also an avid dancer. That's one of her secrets to maintaining a toned and strong core. She makes fitness fun, just like I do, the same type of mentality. Chelsea, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to be here working with you and also helping out everyone out there learn how to make core training and overall health and fitness a fun part of their life. I can't wait to show you guys some of my moves.
Right on, let's do it. Welcome to my kitchen. This is my real house, my real kitchen. These are real foods that I eat. I just went to the grocery store, and I'm going to kind of take you through my general eating strategy. This is not all-inclusive. There's an infinite amount of foods out there. These are just some superfoods, as I like to call them, that are really powerful. As you know, getting lean abs and reducing your overall body fat percentage isn't just about exercise. It's about a whole pyramid of components. Sleep, quality sleep, supplements, and how you eat. How you eat is a big part of it. These are some foods that I want to highlight and talk about just to get you in the mindset. First of all, do your shopping at a Whole Foods type of market where they sell organic foods and foods that are clean in nature. I know not everyone's going to read labels, but just, start with Whole Foods, and I'm just going to start running through these, some of the foods that I eat. And I think every household should have these in their cabinet. Let's start with olive oil. It's really popular right now. Everybody knows about olive oil. It's alkaline in nature. It's great for cooking, great flavor, good pH, and full of nutrients. However, it's not really good for high heat cooking. It's good for salad dressings. For high heat, coconut oil is great. It withstands high heat. It's solid at room temperature, but then it liquefies overheat. And it has medium chain triglyceride fats, which is a fat that burns like a carbohydrate, but it's one of the healthiest forms of saturated fats out there, and it smells good. You can just put it right on your skin when you're done cooking with it. Flaxseed oil, it's a good source of omega fats, omega-3, 6, and 9. Omega-3 is the most important one. One of the best sources of omega-3 fats is cold water fish, but if you're vegetarian, flax oil is good. It has a nice nutty flavor. Again, it's good for salad dressing. While we're talking about fats, raw nut butters are so healthy, whether it's almond butter or peanut butter or macadamia nut butter or walnut butter. Just have a lot of raw nut butters. Raw is always better than cooked, generally speaking, because the food will be a little more nutrient dense. The heat can sometimes eliminate some of the enzymes that help you digest the food. Again, raw nuts if you're not doing the nut butters. Moving right along here, seeds, spicy pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds. Seeds have a lot of omega fats, and they come with their own enzymes, and if they're sprouted they tend to digest a little bit better. Avocados, another superfood, alkaline in pH, just nutrient dense. It's an unsaturated fat. It really minimizes insulin response. It's great for lowering the glycemic load of any dish, whether you make guacamole or just add it to salads. And basically, anytime you go green or eat raw, you're going to be eating more alkaline in nature and lower the pH of the food. Green is good. I'm not vegan. I'm not vegetarian. I don't eliminate any food groups. There's no foods that I eliminate per se. I don't really think many of us have too many food allergies. I'm just trying to point out some foods that I think are really good for you and you should have in your kitchen. As you can see here, I have a total variety. I think the more diverse, the better. I approve of dairy unless you know you're lactose intolerant, or I eat meat a few times a week. Definitely try to get wild cold water fish like salmon for the essential fats. But whatever works for you. I'm lucky that I don't have any food allergies that I know of. So I like to just eat a diverse amount of food, diverse types. But I want to talk real quick about glycemic loading and how you can use that strategically. Say you do want to eat a high carbohydrate type of food, you know, bread or something. Just by putting on almond butter or peanut butter, which is a healthy fat, you're going to lower the glycemic index of that food. And so you'll get less insulin response. And a lot of times insulin gets blamed as a fat storing hormone. Really, it's a glucose shuttle hormone that shuttles carbs out of your bloodstreams and into your muscle cells. But a lot of people become insulin resistant over time if they're sedentary or as we get older. And that's when you want to kind of minimize insulin release. I mean, if you're about to work out or just finished working out, insulin can be a good thing. But for most of us, you can lower the glycemic load of food simply by adding healthy proteins to it or healthy fats to the carbs, and that lowers the glycemic load. So keep that in mind. And other than that, I just want to emphasize a whole foods approach, less refined. If you have a choice between something that's brown or white, choose brown, which usually means more whole grain or less refined. You know, I like white rice, but brown rice is better. Sometimes if you get bored with rice, quinoa is an ancient grain that's gluten-free. It's a nice alternative. A lot of times we get spelt bread instead of wheat bread. So whatever works for you. Steel cut oats is a great way to start your morning, or granola. And low-fat cottage cheese is another one I like to talk about because it congeals in the stomach, so it's slow to digest. It's a great time release protein if you don't have a problem with dairy. Supplements, I'm a big believer in supplements because I don't think any of us eat perfectly or have the time to eat perfectly. And one thing I always believe in is supplementing with a greens powder. It's just like 1,000 vegetables ground up and put into a bottle, and it's full of probiotic bacteria, which is beneficial to the colon, and enzymes, because I don't eat enough raw vegetables, and a lot of people don't. So just a teaspoon of this helps alkaline your drink, and you get your veggies and your fiber. Another favorite supplement is your favorite whey protein. I think it assimilates the fastest. If you're vegan, there's great vegan sources of protein out there now as well. I still use whey protein. Liquid chlorophyll is another great way to alkalize your drink or make the pH more base in nature. Within seconds, just a few drops of this liquid chlorophyll. It's really cleansing as well. It has a cleansing effect and it tastes great. And you know, the reason why it's so important to sometimes alkalinize and eat green foods is because any food that's animal based, like dairy or any kind of meat or any food that's really refined, is acidic in nature when it digests, and over time that can have a systemic negative impact on your body and lead to illness. So I just like to try to go green when I can, when I supplement. I want to talk about the egg. It's highly undervalued, I think. It's one of the cheapest, highest biological forms of protein around, and even the yolk is good for you now. It's got vitamin E and choline and beta carotene and lecithin all in there, and it's just a really nutrient dense food. So I like the egg. It's cheap and it's inexpensive. And there's fun foods too, you know, on the list. Everyone knows chocolate bars that are high in raw cocoa content, 70% higher of raw cocoa, are good for you, and you can indulge and enjoy that. Lots of antioxidants as well. There's lots of great alkalinizing supplement bars out there that are high in protein and high in healthy fats. Chia seeds are very popular now for colon health. This is what they look like. You can get them in a bar. Black beans, another one that I want to mention. I don't really believe in drinking fruit juice too much because it can be a lot of fructose entering your bloodstream, and it can be hard on the liver and cause a lot of insulin release. But any whole fruit is very welcome. It comes packed. They're much more nutrient dense. You get a lot of fiber, and apples happen to be alkaline in nature as well. Potatoes, another good one. And that's about covers what I wanted to highlight. This is what you're going to see in my grocery bag when I go to the grocery store. And I'd like to see some of these foods in your cabinet too. Again, there's an infinite number of foods out there. So just have fun shopping and indulge. All these foods taste good. Eating clean and healthy doesn't have to be no fun or taste bad. I wanted to show you two of our favorite recipes we're eating right now in my house. My wife whipped these up. They're so simple to make. Just to save time, I'm not going to cook them right now, but this is what's known as a Spanish omelet. We didn't invent these recipes. but it's just simple. You make a big omelet with potatoes in it using coconut oil. It cooks up in minutes in a pan, and it can just sit out and you eat off it all day. It's high in protein. The carbs come from potatoes with the skin still on them. You can throw in peppers or sun-dried tomatoes and really mix it up. It's got great flavor and it's so good for you. Maybe season with a little bit of sea salt. And just real simple to make, high in protein with a low glycemic load. And then another dish we're really big on right now is sprouted quinoa. It's kind of a nice carbohydrate or starch alternative to rice that's gluten-free. And when you sprout it, it makes it a little bit easier to digest. And it cooks up kind of like rice, and you can just throw anything in it. Right now we changed it up and threw this kale in there, which is a dark leafy green that's nutrient dense and full of calcium and minerals. And we threw some peppers in there. Again, we cooked it up in coconut oil with some mushrooms and onions, and it's just so tasty and nutrient dense and an overall pretty low glycemic load on the glycemic index. And I just wanted to throw those ideas out for you. You can try it at home. So we usually cook up one of these Spanish omelets or potato omelets, and we just kind of leave it sitting out, and it doesn't even need to be in the refrigerator for most of the day. And just grab a piece, getting your protein, your starch, whatever vegetables you want to throw in, and just take a bite. A little sea salt, so good. Good for you too.
And treating your body right.
That will do the job.
A huge part of maintaining and achieving a fit physique is not only exercising, but an even bigger part is eating healthy and treating your body right. This is one of my favorite go-to snacks or appetizers that's really nutritious and it tastes delicious, so it's even better. I'm going to teach you guys how to make it. It's really simple. You start out with a bell pepper, some celery, Greek yogurt, and tuna, and you basically combine it all together. So I'm going to start here, and you just cut the bell pepper into a few slices. You want to chop it up pretty small because you're going to mix it in with the tuna. You don't need that much. Pretty simple. And bell peppers are really good because they're full of nutrient vitamins and antioxidants, and they're low in calories, lots of vitamin C. The more colorful you go with your veggies, the better. So go ahead and get that. Next, I already drained tuna, so you can get tuna in water and drain it, and then basically you're just gonna pop it out here, if I can get it out. Just load it into the bowl here. This is a really simple, easy meal if you're in a rush. There's no excuse not to eat healthy because it's so fast. You just mix that in there. We're gonna go ahead and add the bell pepper. Perfect. And then to kind of mix it all together, you get Greek yogurt, which is great because it's low in calories but high in protein. And you can mix however much you like, kind of to your own taste. I just usually do a couple spoons full, like that. Pretty simple. You just mix it all around. And for a little kick, I always like to add a little bit of hot sauce. You can use your favorite kind. I like sriracha or this kind, it's chili pepper sauce. And you can just add, of course, just whatever works for you, your own taste. But it's good to add a little bit of spice to it. And just keep mixing. This makes a really great appetizer. You can kind of set it out at a party or just have it as your lunch or a quick snack. Plus, it's really good for you, helping maintain your abs, since you learned all those new exercises. And then you just get your celery, and you're just going to scoop a little on here, just like that. It's kind of messy, but it's worth it. There we go. It's pretty simple. Good, and then you can just kind of set it on here. And usually I load a whole bunch of celery. You can stack the whole sheet, and then you're good to go.
Mmm.
That's crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
That will do the job. Thumbs up.
I wanted to talk a little bit about caffeine. Used in moderation, it's perfectly healthy. It staves off fatigue, contributes to mental alertness. It even helps unlock fat stores for exercise. It can be good to have a cup in the morning when you wake up, or good before you work out. Two of the cheapest and healthiest forms of caffeine are organic coffee and green tea. Everyone's big on green tea right now. It's kind of cleansing and it has an alkaline effect and it's full of antioxidants. But black tea is also healthy, and so is white tea. It's all from the same tea leaf. It just depends on how long they let the leaf ripen before they picked it. But one of my favorite, most inexpensive fat burners is I make a cup of organic black coffee and drop a green tea bag in it before I work out. Now that might be a little bit too much caffeine for a lot of people, so it just depends on how sensitive you are, but keep that in mind. And you can sweeten it with honey or stevia, or even natural sugar, whatever you want to do. I drink it black, and I just wanted to say caffeine is definitely a part of my diet plan. I'm a pilot. I use it a lot to help stave off fatigue when we're in the air, and it definitely unlocks the fat stores. And even caffeine is high in, or even coffee is high in antioxidants as well.
Mix however much you like,
Burn the fat.
and treating your body right.
That will do the job.
Fat storing hormone. Little sea salt, so good. Good for you too.